What's going on? I'm Sam and I'm on the way to get a few t-shirts made. So I ended up stopping at the shop because my buddy said he wants one of these measure never cut wherever shirts. So I'm getting the vinyl ready for another one of those. Then I need to run, pick up some t-shirts and meet him at his place. I'm also going to pick up some brake bleeding tools because I'm going to help him bleed his brakes. I'm still pretty happy having a giant fish tank right in my office. I did get this cut out, and now I gotta run and pick up the actual t-shirts. Come on, buddy, we gotta go. Dude, you cannot bring that ball. I got a ton of shirts because they were on sale, so I cannot wait to start making these t-shirts. Dude, you found that in the trash can?
Yeah.
And it's mine now?
Yeah. Look, it's chain driven. The chain's still on there. This tire is flat, but I mean, listen, it's got compression.
Oh, I thought it was gonna run.
No.
I had one of these like 10 years ago and it was pretty awesome.
It just needs a little love.
A lot of love. Actually, no, it looks pretty cool.
The motor's like a little tore apart, like the air breather's tore apart. It looks like, well,
Is
just
it
the
in
cover.
There? It has the cover?
The
it's
cover's missing.
Yeah, that can be ordered.
That's kind of awesome. I don't see any name on the motor. It looks like just some like Chinese motor, probably.
Okay. Go so.
Whoa. Come on, let's go.
Should be tight. It's this line right here. Watch, I'll pump it real quick. You'll see it.
That's kind of bad.
I drove it from Indiana like that.
Oh my gosh. At least you made it. I was freaking out so bad because I had got to the shop and I could not find my camera anywhere. After running around the shop for like 30 minutes, I drove all the way back down here because I realized I probably left my camera in this truck. And I did. It was sitting right on the passenger seat. So luckily I got it. So now I can go back to the shop again. I was really freaking out there for a minute because this camera has a lot of footage on it that I have not necessarily backed up yet, such as Peter flying his ultralight and buying the forklift. And that's not footage that I can easily get again. But it turns out it was just in my buddy's truck, so easy, nothing too bad, and I got it back now, no big deal. I got to my buddy's place and we started making these shirts. They turned out really good, but I'll show those a little later on in this video. I brought 3 brake bleeding tools that I use all the time when doing brake work. One of them's the brake vacuum gun that I really like, and the other one is this really awesome bottle. I really like this one with the check valve and the bottle because it makes one-man brake jobs really easy, and it has a magnet on the side so you can put it up and it will stay out of the way. There's a link in the description if you want to check it out. Now that I'm back at the shop, I gotta check out these shirts. They looked really good and I'm gonna lay them out and show them to you. These first ones are all really generic, but they just give me something to wear instead of wearing other people's shirts. So I'm gonna start wearing them in these videos. This last one I'm super happy about, and I've been saying this since I was in high school. I ended up searching the internet a little bit ago because I was worried that it was trademarked or something, and the closest thing I could really find was a meme that was measure never cut everywhere. So I think I'm pretty safe, but here's the shirt. This is just clip art that I've grabbed off online for myself to wear real quick in these videos. But I really do want to get this slogan designed on a t-shirt and probably start selling them because I really like this shirt and everyone that's looked at it seems like they like it. I just want to refine the design a little bit and make it my own images. I am very, very happy with this t-shirt and I'm going to start working on that final design. I also ended up ordering a t-shirt press for myself because this is the second time I've had to go to someone else to get these made. It was pretty cheap. It was just over $100. Let me know in the comments if you like this concept and you'd be interested in getting one. Like I said, I am loving this thing. I'm probably going to put it on right now. Ah, there it is. Sorry, Peter's logo. I had to take that shirt off. But man, this thing is awesome. So now I think I'm going to get started painting this forklift. It looks a little rough. I don't think he ever painted the roll cage after making it. So I'm going to give it a nice paint job. Yellow on bottom, black on top, probably black on the front as well. This will help make it look a lot sharper and maybe increase the resale value if I want to sell this and get a bigger, nicer forklift. This is a manual forklift, where it has a manual transmission, pretty much just like the car, a clutch and everything. It has 2 gears, forward and reverse, and then 2 speeds, high and low. So eventually I think I really would like to get rid of this, get a bigger forklift with a little bit heavier lifting capacity, further forks, even though I'll add extensions to this one at some point, and being able to lift higher, because a lift of 7 foot, I can lift that with my hand. Not as much weight, but still. I want something that can go to the ceiling. I cleaned it off just a little bit, trying to get most of the oil and dirt off of it. And I already knew that the yellow I bought wasn't going to perfectly match. I was going to paint it anyway. The paint's in just a little bit better shape than I first thought. So my plan now is just to paint the black, which is going to be the roll cage and the front lift assembly. So I'll paint those, and then later on I'll probably try and match the same yellow and repaint the body if I ever get to there. But as far as painting it a new color, I don't think there's any need for that right now, and I'll just let it slide. Okay, I'm about halfway done. I have oil paint all over my hands, so I haven't been recording much because I don't want to get this camera dirty. But the roll cage is done, and it's looking absolutely fantastic. Right now I'm going to turn my sights to this guy. It was yellow, obviously. I'm painting it black. I think it's going to look really good. Hopefully I'm not making a bad choice. But here I go. First brush strokes. Well, too late now. I gotta commit. More painting, more time lapse. I think I'm finally done. Other than I need to wait for the paint to dry so I can move the forks around and raise them to get everything that's covered up right now. But I have oil paint all over my hands. Okay, I got most of it off. It wasn't quite as bad as I remember, just mostly the nails are what's struggling to come off. I got this pretty much done, and I'm really liking how it looks. There's a couple things I wasn't sure about, like the actual hydraulic cylinder I left yellow, and I think it's a good accent. I need to lubricate this chain because it's pretty old and you can already see a kink or two in it. This is one of my favorite things about flipping stuff. It's just how much better something can look with just a coat of paint. I'm almost thinking I should have just gone ahead and painted this the color that I had, but one of the reasons I was so hesitant is the engine, transmission, a lot of the parts inside the motor, including the radiator and the radiator fan, are actually painted this same yellow, and I'm definitely not going to be going in there and painting it. The exhaust, even the exhaust manifolds look like they were painted at some point, and even the hydraulic lines were painted. So my plan right now is figure out what color this is, get some matching paint, and repaint it, but also touching everything up, where I'll paint everything I can get to, and everything I can't, I'll just leave it how it is. But 30 bucks for a gallon, and I hardly use this gallon. This was so worth it. Just painting that roll cage made it look a lot better. One of the reasons I got a gallon is I tend to use this tractor paint a lot. Like when I'm painting old trailers and stuff like that I want to have a real tough paint job on, keep nice, and make it look new again. Oh no, I got some paint on my brand new shirt. Oh well, I can always make more now that I got a t-shirt press coming. Actually, that might have just been water from washing my hands. Whoops. Well, it's a few days later. I finally found out what color the forklift was. It is Caterpillar yellow, which is super easy. So now I have gloves on, and I'll paint this yellow. Let's see how well this matches. Oh, that's a little off. I know Caterpillar did change their yellow, I think, at some point. I guess it's pretty close. Yeah, whatever. We'll see what happens. I might have to find a roller for this because I don't like these brush strokes. Well, I am not really a fan of this. I ended up adding a lot of brush strokes, which is awful, so I might come by later with a roller and kind of flatten some of this out. I was mostly in a hurry to finish this just because I needed to get a thumbnail done, and I didn't want to pay the extra $10 for Photoshop. If this is confusing, I don't blame you, but I do have an upcoming Fiverr video in a couple days that will probably explain everything that I just said. But right now I have this fork up and this paint's dry, so I'm just going to touch up some of the black that I missed last time. Oh man, I really messed up with this yellow. It looks so much worse than I thought it would. The black turned out great, but it looks ugly. If I'm not able to fix it with a roller, I'm gonna have to sand it down and do something, because to me this paint job looks worse than the scratched up paint job that was on it. I should have left it, but I really wanted my thumbnail. I did a little bit more research on this thing, and I was thinking it was like a 70s or 80s forklift. Turns out it's like a 50s forklift, somewhere around 54, 55, give or take. It's a Clark Clipper. I knew it had the, what do you call it? Like a Continental 4-cylinder engine in it. It was originally gas and they had done the propane conversion on it. But it's a neat little forklift. I do plan on making the missing side covers for this. Little plate steel with some vents in it. It should look pretty nice. I gotta fix the paint now. It had been repainted at some point anyway because they had switched to the Caterpillar yellow, the guy said. So at least I didn't ruin a factory paint job or anything. But I need to fix that, make these side covers, and then this thing should be in pretty good shape. Oh, and get the new wheels. That's very important. So now that I got this free scooter from my buddy, I want to eventually restore it and make a video about it, but right now I have no idea when that's going to be. They were also throwing out this clothing rack because it had a broken wheel. So I took all the wheels off. I re-tapped the whole of the broken wheel and I ordered 4 new ones from Amazon. So this thing will be up and fixed here soon. I have no idea what I'm going to do with it. I could try and sell it, or I could try and repurpose it as some sort of cart around the shop. But right now, you know, I'll just fix it and then see what ends up happening. While I was there, he also gave me the helmets, cover, and windshield for that Honda Shadow I got from him a few weeks ago. I want to make a video about cleaning out the carburetors on that and getting it running here soon too. I already ordered the carb rebuild kits and they're here just waiting for me to rebuild them. So I'm not super happy with this paint job. It's still a little streaky. You can see the brush marks and there's a couple runs in the paint, but I'll fix that by just going over it with a roller, and this time I'll add hardener because I might have forgotten to add hardener this first time. I might have to look for the earlier cat yellow, but the Caterpillar yellow that I bought seems to be good enough, and a top coat of that will probably make everything look really good. Right now it is just a little bit streaky, but that should be a pretty easy problem to fix. I think I did all I'm going to do today. I'm very happy with these results. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one. Hey buddy, we got to go home. Are you still awake? Let's go home. Let's go. Dude, why do you always go over there first? Okay, come on.